welcome back to the channel. My name is Alicia. So today I have some Bible journaling. I want to set up my new Bible. So this is my Hosanna Bible. And this is a CSB version. This is a journaling Bible. So this is the one that I want to use to do some of my studies, some of my own studies that I've been doing. I have been studying Daniel, but in a different Bible. So let's just take a look at this. So the tabs, the way that I do the tabs typically is I always add some washi tape. So let me just come in a little bit closer. So I like to add the washi tape to reinforce. Now normally I do my Bibles like this, which is a full piece of washi and then the tab on there, and that's how this whole Bible is done. But as you can imagine, that is a lot of washi tape, and typically I use this size. I think it's the 10 millimeter. So for this Bible, because it was so large, this is a 7-ish by 9-ish, I decided that I was going to just put some tape underneath the actual tab. That way, at least it's somewhat reinforced. So that's kind of what I was doing. So for me, creative journaling, it's not really about perfection, although I love to have things perfect. But it's more about interacting with the Bible and just doing whatever is, on your heart. So I'm going to use a mix of washi tapes. I've pulled a couple out, but I've got some other ones here. I've got some of these printouts that I either made or got from some of them are from Pinterest, or if you go onto Facebook, a lot of people share different ones. I do have ones for that each book of the Bible. I don't know that I'm going to put those in here. I haven't decided yet on that one. So as an example, this is my other study Bible. This is NASB. This is where I've been doing some of my studying so far. I've been on Daniel, actually. So you can see I've been doing a bunch of stuff. But these are the ones that I had put in for the Bible summaries. I believe these are from Faithwalk. You do have to pay for them, but she had a sale at the time when I got these. But you can get a whole bunch on Facebook and things like that. But on this one, I think I decided I'm not going to do that. So the first thing I want to do is I want to do kind of an intro page here. And so I did already cut these down just so that you didn't have to watch me cut paper. But I did create this. I used Copilot for some of it just to kind of create that background, and then I did the verses and things like that. I always try to leave this on the side in case I want to tip in something. I'm never quite sure what I want to do. I think for this one, I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter here, and then I think we'll round the corners, and I'm going to tape this in. I have done washi around the outside, but I noticed that it didn't stay. So I'm thinking here, yeah, I'm thinking on this page I will do it. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to get my cutter out. I got this on Amazon. I think it was like $10 or something. The reason why I got this one is because it has the refills of these. So that's kind of nice. If you have this go dull, I'm able to get the refills pretty easily. So that's why I really liked that. So I'm going to just, first I'm going to round the corners. So I have this little rounder. So I like this one. I think this one will be nice. It does spit the piece out onto the table or wherever you're doing it. Now you can do this however you want. Whatever works for you. If you don't like the round corners, you can do it Even, I thought about even doing like a ripped paper, but I don't know. I just like the neater look, I guess. And I think I'm just going to do it like that. So I'm going to put a piece of paper under here because I don't want all kinds of sticky mess on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this across. I usually like to go down the sides just to make sure got everything covered. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna eyeball this and hope that it's straight. I feel like that's pretty good. Okay, oh, I like that a lot. Okay. So the other thing too I was thinking was maybe I would do some stickers on here. So I've got tons of stickers. These actually came with the tabs that I used, and I do still have a couple of blanks. I think they only gave me 2. But these actually came with it as well. This was Diverse Bee, in case you needed to know that. I've got tons of stickers here. So let's see. Butterflies. Let's take a look at the flowers to stay on the theme. I just ended up putting these in an envelope because I'm just not sure how to store these things. Ooh, that's a pretty one, right? Let's see. Maybe I want to do... Ooh, I like that one. What do you guys think? I think that one is a winner. So now let me see if I can get this off of here. Alright, so I finally got this. Boy, that was super difficult. Shouldn't make it that difficult. So, let's see. We'll just cut the edge off a little bit, I think. What do you guys think of that? I'm thinking that looks good. And then there was just a little bit that went over the side. Yep. Just a little bit there. Go ahead and snip that off. Okay. So let's see. I feel like maybe we are missing. I feel like it's a little lonely there. So let's see what else we have. Okay, I'm not really liking anything else from those. So let's see what we have in the way of butterflies. Let's see, those are not the clear ones, so we're going to get some clear ones. Maybe a butterfly would look nice. It looks like that got put in the wrong place. Let's see. Now, I kind of want to do like an opposite corner maybe. I just feel like these are so huge. You know? Big, too big. We're just going to go with this one, I think. Okay, so we're going to go with this one. Let's go ahead and get this one off. All right, now let's see. I want to cover the corner. Alright, what do you guys think? I think that looks good. So moving along. Okay, so this has the books of the Bible. So normally what I do is I put the books, I highlight the books together. So I did find this online, although I don't really feel like it goes with this book necessarily, but this is really neat. I like the way it has like the Pentateuch and everything else, and how it's, and then on the New Testament it's out like this. So maybe I would do like a different background on it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know if you guys think this would be good in here. But anyway, what I normally do is I highlight the ones that go together. So like Genesis through Deuteronomy would be highlighted, and then I would write Pentateuch next to them, or you could do the law on that one. But I'm not going to do that this time right now. They're pretty close together, so I'll think about that one. Alright, so these are some of the tip-ins that I found. Now, I printed some on vellum, and I printed some on regular paper, and some I printed on both, because like this one is on both, just to see how they would look. I do have this Beatitudes also. I did print the attributes of God with the side in case I wanted to tip it in. I thought that would be really good. I thought about putting it in the front of the Bible so that I could like refer back to it. But I also printed it out and cut it completely out in case I wanted to just put it in the very front. So I haven't kind of decided on that. So let's go ahead and do a tip in. So this is Matthew. So let's get to Matthew. And this is 5:3. We almost went right on it. Okay. So here are your Beatitudes. And so this one is, blessed are the poor in spirit. So they match up, mourn. So blessed are the meek. This one says humble. So I want to see how that would look. I feel like that would be really pretty. If I needed to tip something out, like not tip in, but do something else to write on, I could do that. So what I'm going to do is I want to have enough room so that it goes down in, but you can still kind of see everything. So I'm going to really eyeball this, I think. And I think that would be good. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And I think right there looks good. Let's see how that ends up. I think that looks good. What do you guys think? That looks good to me. Okay, so I am going to round these corners a little bit. I hope that I don't cut off that edge there. So let's see. I'm worried it's gonna, I'm worried that it's gonna cut that off if I do that. Let's see. See how far in it goes. This is the one that I used last time. So let's just see. No, it looks like it would be all right. Let's take a chance. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so we're gonna clip that off. Oh, that worked great. Okay. Okay, so now this is going to tip in here, and I want to be able to see all of it, so I feel like this will be good, and I obviously not going to do anything with these sides, but these are clipped, so I think that looks nice. on there. Yeah, I think that's good. So I use a glue stick. So originally I had used, is it Tombow, I guess it's called. I didn't care for it, to be honest with you. So I just went ahead and bought one of these. I do have one that's repositionable as well. I could have used it, I guess, on the front, but I prefer the other method that I used on the front. So I'm just going to rub this down the side. And this is digging right into the stick, which is what I really, really like. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. Let's see. So it goes right into the stick, which is really good. So I want to make sure that I get the side really good. And we are on page 1042 because I'm going to need to come back. Okay, so I'm going to put that in as best I can down into, and then I'm gonna fold it over, press it down. Now you could do this with washi tape as well, but this I think looks really, really nice with the glue because it just looks like it was already in the Bible, which is really great. So I'm gonna close this for a minute. We're gonna come back to here. Actually, let me move this over here. Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure it's in there. Okay, great. So that looks pretty good. Looks like it's in there, hopefully. I don't want to pull too much because I want it to dry a little bit. Okay. So then the next tip in that I have is I want it to do a trust in the Lord. So this is in Proverbs. All right, so let's go ahead and find Proverbs. So we are, now this one I have in both forms. I have the vellum and then I have the regular one. So we're gonna see what I like. 3, 5 to 6, which is over here. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own understanding. In all your ways, know Him. So this is in a little bit of a different translation. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean on your understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths, which I really like. I like that as well. You can use any version you want. Now this one seems a little bit large. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut all the white off, I think. Because I think that'll bring it in and you'll still be able to do that. So let's check this one out. Yeah, this one's the same size. So I think I went a little overboard when I printed this. I tried to print everything under the size of this, but obviously I did not do a good job on this one. And I could just reprint it, to be honest, but I think it'll be fine like that. I think it'll be really pretty. So let's go ahead and cut it and see what it looks like. I can take a little bit more off of the edge over here. Also, another just little trick, when you are doing a small edge like this, go from the middle out and then go from the middle this way. Otherwise, sometimes if you start at the end, your paper, because it's so small, your paper will crinkle up and kind of get wrecked. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all of this vellum, white vellum, clear vellum, I should say, off. And then let's see what that looks like. I have a whole table here to work on and I still don't have enough room. Do we ever? I don't know. So this is what this one looks like. Let's see. What do you guys think? I think that that's pretty. I think that'll work. So for this one, because we have a little bit of room and I cut all the way back here, I'm thinking we could do some washi tape on this one. So let's find a beautiful color that would match this. So let's see, this has lots of colors in it. All right, I went ahead and picked a couple. So, no, I'm not really loving that one now that I see it. I thought this one or this one or this one would look nice. So let's see. I feel like this one matches really well with the blue and the pink. So I think that would be a really good one. I liked this one for the blue and the green, but I'm not loving it now that I look at it. And then this one also has the blues and the pink. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm thinking this one gets the prize. Yeah. Okay, so what I want to do is kind of a half and half situation. So you can see that's how that turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the edges. Okay, let's cut this one. Trying not to cut the paper. Perfect. All right. So I do want to round the corners, which I forgot to do. I don't think that it matters. Let's use this one. Really have to get that in there right, or it doesn't want to do what you want it to do. That looks good. What do you guys think? I think it looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and try to get this in here. I'm just eyeballing. Ooh, that one in nice. Okay, and then I'm going to smooth it out. Oh, I love that. How pretty is that? I really like that tape with that. I'm glad that I went with that one instead of the other one. Okay, so I do have another tip in that I want to add. And this one is about Daniel. So as I told you guys, I am studying Daniel. And I was studying this, and it comes across the statue that gets explained. So I am in chapter 2. So this has to do, if you studied Daniel, it's one of my favorite books, actually. There's a lot of prophecy in it as well, which is why I really, really like it. And I love Daniel too. He's such a faithful servant. Everything that he did was to the glory of God, despite, him even being thrown into the lion's den and all the things, but God gave him favor. So I just really, really enjoy Daniel. I'm not quite done with the study, but I am getting there because I do look everything up. I'll do a video on that too. I want to do a video on my studying, and then also do some verse and maybe some word studies as well. So in here, they talk about the head of the statue was pure gold, its chest and arms were silver, etc., etc. And so as I was studying, it came across what the representation of that is. And so I wanted to add this in to my Bible. So I think what I will do, I don't think I want to permanently put this in. I might use washi. So I'm going to cut some of this off so that we can put it in there. Let's see, I'll do about half, which should be fine. This should be plenty. So one of the other ways that you can tip in is with this double-sided tape. And if I'm going to do something I use this tape a lot, actually. If I decide to do it permanently, I would use this on actually in the front. I could have used this. But this is another way. You could just put it across here and then put it in your Bible. But I'm not sure if I want to keep this permanently or if I will decide to do something a little different. So let's just see how this fits in. Let's see if this would cooperate. That would be great. So I think that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and round the corners again. And I'm just using whatever I pick up here. Okay. Let's get those off of here. All right. So for this one, I think, like I said, I'm going to do washi. So let me see if I have to cut any more of this down. Let's get something that matches this. So I think this is going to be the winner. I kind of like the way that that looks. It matches up pretty good. The one thing is, if you look at the width of this and you just do a half, there's going to be, might be too much white on there. So if you leave a little room for the washi, I think I'm going to take a little bit more of the white off from there. Let's see. I'm going to do a teensy bit more. Okay. All right. So now we'll go ahead and get our paper here. I feel like that might be good. Just going to cut that there for now. I want to make sure that we got it half and half. Let's see how we did. Yes, looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut these off. I did not get that one correctly. And then this one. I'm trying not to cut the paper. Sometimes I end up cutting the paper. It just is what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead. What do you guys think? I think that looks really pretty. Let's go ahead and get this in. And like I said, you know, there's tons of these out on Pinterest, or you can even make them with, like, I do Copilot a lot. Like, I'll put in like the verbiage of what I want or what I want it to represent, and then you know, I'll ask it to make like a background for it if I'm not really sure like what background. But I also have Canva, so sometimes I'll make a background and throw some stuff on like that. So it just depends. I get a lot from Facebook groups that I'm in, so I think that that looks really pretty. What do you guys think? You think it's down too far? I think it's okay. It's down a little bit to the bottom, but I think that's okay. And then also, if I want to write something on the back, I can do that. There is a section in here. I had just read about this. So there's the Daniel's visions of the 4 beasts. So I want to do a tip in on the 4 beasts also, which I think I'm going to put over here. So that would be really, really nice. So we have one more tip in, which is the attributes of God. And I think I'm going to do it this way with washi tape instead of tipping it in this way. I think I kind of like it on the back of the page. This does have a little bit of white on it, but you're not going to see it with the with this. So I picked out this butterfly paper. Washi tape, I should say, because I thought that would be really pretty on here. So let's get this where we want it. And then I think what I'm going to do is, I don't want this moving around once I get it where I want it. think that looks good. So I'm just going to tape it down there. Okay. Let's put another piece on the other side until we get to it, just so it doesn't move around. Okay. What do you think? I think that looks really pretty, and that should be fine. Now I do have a lot of other stickers that I might use. I've got a lot of like white ones that I use, so here's a couple of them that really match up, but I do keep a whole slew of these. I made this box up from one of the Washi, I think it was Washi tape I got, but I have tons of different stickers in here. So I thought I might use some of those throughout the Bible. This at least gives me a great start on my Bible. Sometimes I'll put my name on this side, just, you know, in case. I have so many stickers here that, you know, I'm sure that there's going to be other places where I can find, you know, some of these other, where to put some of these other stickers. So a lot of them are clear, but like those other ones that I showed you there, these are white. And I do have the clear flowers and clear butterflies, but I also have these regular butterflies, which are really pretty. And some of these have sayings, God chose me, Jesus saved me, Spirit guides me. So that would be really pretty. Actually, I'm going to leave that out. But there's all different sayings here. Here's John 3:16. Here's 2 Corinthians. So they have some really nice ones here. This is a psalm. These are really nice. And these are, what do you call it? They're not matte, but they're like the shiny glossy ones, which I really like. If you have any other ideas, let me know. We did use, obviously, the stickers, which I really like these clear stickers that I got. They're really, really nice. And then we used the washi on this tip-in, which I think is just beautiful. I love the butterflies on that one. And then we did do a Daniel tip-in as well with the washi. Let's see how this one's doing. This one looks good. The other one was Matthew. So let's see how that one's looking. Are we in there? Let's see. Yep. What do you guys think? I think it looks great. So obviously there's many, many more things that I'll be able to do once I kind of get into more into the Bible. One of the things is, if you guys watched some of my hauls, I did get some of these stencils, and I ordered some distressed ink, the oxide ink, to do some of these. I was thinking like something like this would be on, like where God says, or Jesus says, I'm the vine. So just different things like that. So stay tuned for more of Bible journaling. I would love to know what's your absolute go-to supplies for Bible journaling. If you want to share that in the comments. Do you just highlight? How do you highlight? Do you love washi and stickers? Just let me know all those things in the comments. If you enjoyed this, more videos to come. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Have a great day.